What's up, everybody? It's your girl Skip Got Kicks, and I'm back with my first video of 2016. This is definitely a different scene than you guys are used to. I'm standing in front of pretty much all of my gym shoes that I have. It's not a huge collection, but it's my collection, so I figured I'd do a video, and then you guys can see not only my shoes, but then also some of the ways that I store them, some of the things that I use, and if you're interested, I can do another video of that. So we'll go through in sections. I've got 1 through 3 Jordans, mostly Jordans, and I've got some other specialty non-Jordan shoes that I'm going to do as well. 1 through 3, I don't have any 4s yet, but that's about to change when these cements come out. 5 through 7, 8 through 11, 12 and up, and then we get into some of the non-Jordan and specialty items. So I'm also going to do something different this year. I've paid attention to other people's videos and things like that, so thank you guys. I definitely show respect and props to other people who do it and do it better than me. So I've learned some things. I think previously I was always trying to get the video out so quickly, so that, because for me, I always want to see a review soon so I can decide if I want to buy it. But I'm going to take my time a little bit more this year and do some editing and things like that to hopefully make it better for you guys. So let's get into it. Alright, you guys, so as promised, I'm going to go through these in order and then give you guys an overview of some of the things that I do of how I store my kicks. This is literally, so my house is like a bungalow style, so I've got this nice long ledge that I plan on filling up with kicks eventually, where I keep my shoes, and that's a good way to just grab them on my way in and out, take them off, whatever. So let's get into it. So these are 1 through 3. I've got a few pair of ones, and I've done reviews on pretty much all of these, but if there's anything that I didn't do, I'm going to let you guys know about it. So these are the skinny highs. I caught these for a really good price. I think it was on jimmyjazz.com, and did a lace swap. Check out that review if you're interested. Definitely not an OG colorway, but this I think is a really cute shoe for females and on their feet. OG, man, these ones, you guys know I passed on them originally, and I was able to cop them on eBay for a great price. Have not worn them yet, still dead stock. The Carolina ones. Also OG, the Chicago OGs. I just wore these for the first time New Year's Eve, so this is what I brought the new year in. Great classic shoe. I'm going to double, if you guys watch my videos, you know I say this is the only shoe that I think is double upable yet that I have, and I'm going to get another pair of these. I'm just waiting on Nike to release them, boys. These kicks I actually wore today, so they're a little damp. These are the Family Forever ones. These are my first pair of ones that I ever bought. I like the navy color. I actually had these up on eBay for sale, and I pulled them down because I don't want to let them go. I love them. So Family Forever ones. The only pair of 2s that I have in my whole collection, another OG colorway. These are real clean, man. I've only worn these one time. I undressed them for my goddaughter's birthday party that we hosted here at my crib, so I was able to walk around cleaning these. I love these, actually. 2s are really slept on. It's definitely not my favorite silhouette, but I really like them a lot, actually. Then we get into the 3s. So I actually did reviews on these. I had them in the size 4.5. I caught them for a great price. And honestly, I wore them maybe 3 times, and they were just too snug on my feet. So I ended up putting them up on eBay for sale. I sold them for like $100. And then Nike, re-released these or restocked these online, so I was able to basically sell them for $100 and get them for $100. So you really can't beat that. So same shoe that I've done a review on, but it's in a size 5, and it's still dead stock. It's probably gonna be a while before I pull these out again, or ever for the first time. Also, Nike restocked the Sport Blue 3s. So same thing. I was able to sell the pair that I had in a 4.5 on eBay very quickly. So I gave them away for a little bit under. I think I charged like $85 or $90, and cop a pair, dead stock, size 5. So, that's the only thing about buying from like resellers and things like that. You kind of, most of the time all sales are final, so you go through kind of the pains of, figuring out what your size is in different silhouettes. And actually, I think originally I bought these from like Flight Club or something like that. So now I know in 3s I need a size 5. All right. So now it's time to go through 5 through 7. So let's get in. Okay, time for 5 through 7. I think I've said in some of my videos that 7 is my favorite silhouette. It's somewhere between the 6 and the 7, but honestly, it's really changed. Like, now that I've had a chance to actually wear a lot of these shoes and see them in hand and stuff like that, I'm falling in love with 3s. I still can't say I've fallen in love with 2s, but 7s are up there. So 2015 was the year of the sevens, so several of them released. I've sold one pair, but we'll get into that. All right. So 5. The only pair of 5s that I have for now, because those metallic, them black metallic with the OG are coming out. I want those. Are these Hot Lava 5s. This was a grade school only release, and as soon as I saw them, I was in love. I love this color. I like to think of it as like a coral color, and I like the way the color looks against my skin tone. It's just sweet. I like the laces. All the stuff that a lot of people were complaining about, I really like, and I don't even like 5s all that much, but these are dope to me. And this is one of the few shoes that I don't keep like laced up OG. I actually like loosen them up and actually use the lace lock, because otherwise I couldn't really figure out what to do with the lace lock. So these are the only 5s right now that I own. 6s. 6s are comfortable, man. I really like these. I did a review on these as well. These are the OG maroon boys that I've worn. I wore these on Christmas Day. Really like these shoes. I really, really, really like. And I love the fact that it's like an off-white. And again, I keep these laced up the same as OG as possible. Actually, I lace them all the way up to the top so I can use my lace lock and tuck the laces. So that's my husband. He's notorious for like making noise while I'm doing my videos, and he don't want to be on camera. Okay, next pair of 6s. If y'all see my review on these was like a grail to me. I've wanted these for so long, and I got them at Detroit Sneaker Con. So this was like a big deal. I have not worn these yet, even though I talk about how much I'm gonna rock them in the video. Have not worn these yet. I just haven't been moved to. But this is like one of my favorite shoes. This is a shoe that Michael Jordan won his first championship in, and I just love it because it's black, and I prefer black shoes, and it's just beautiful. This is like one of my favorite shoes that I own, even though I haven't worn it yet. I love it. Next up, this shoe gets a lot of wear from me. This is the Chrome Low 6s. I changed the laces up a little bit on this one as well. I moved the lace lock up just because I think it looked better up there than being down at the bottom. I've worn them a few times. This is like my nice, like, let me throw something on shoe when I'm trying to go somewhere and run out, but still look fresh. Dope shoe in my opinion. I really like these. They're very easy to pick up. This came out, I think, also the same day as I bought these other 6s. This came out on the day of SneakerCon, Detroit. Now we get into the 7s. So I had a pair of Lola 7s, which I just actually took to the mail. I sold them on eBay today. I just dropped them off in the mail the other day, so I don't have them. But that was one shoe that I decided that, you know, when I look back on it, there's certain shoes you look back on after you bought them and go, maybe not. That was one of them. So I just decided to sell it so I can make room for some other shoes in my collection. This shoe, however, I'm not kidding. This might be my favorite like shoe that I have. It's not no OG colorway. A lot of people slept on it. You can still find this online most places for the low. You see how clean I kept it. This leather is like butter. When I talk about the quality of the leather and the quality of the shoe, this is one of the shoes where, you know, a lot of shoes you see like people talk about the GS versus the men's and the difference in the quality and stuff like that. This shoe is like butter. I don't even like white shoes like that, but this might very well be my favorite shoe. I just love the contrast between the white and the blue. The tumbled leather around here is just amazing. Shout out to my girl, her souls _23. I think she doubled up on these. I don't blame you. This shoe is like butter. Love it. Now we get into my hyped up shoes. So this shoe, the story behind this one is I actually was not going to get it. I slept on it for months, literally. And there's a store in Detroit, Burn Rubber Detroit, shout out to them, local store, that still had a size 4 sitting around that they just like, you know, on their website. And it's like, man, it was literally like a couple months after these had dropped, they were still available. So I'm like, all right, I don't have to pay resale prices. It's actually an OG colorway. Let me go ahead and pull the trigger and get this shoe. Bam. Now, the story continues because now my pair, if y'all go back and look on the review, the pair that I had was perfect. It had like all the colors on the tongue and everything like that. My cousin, my younger cousin, a year younger than me, she actually also bought them. I buy my 7s in a size 4, half a size down than my normal 4.5. She bought them in a 4.5 off of Nike.com when they were like $80. They went really low on clearance, and she was like, the 4.5 is fitting me a little too big, you know, would you mind trading with me? So being the good big cousin that I am, I traded with her and I took her 4.5 and I gave her my 4. cool, you know, whatever, it's okay, you know, it's still an OG colorway, but the tongue on these is not nearly as nice as the tongue on the ones that I gave her. Other than that, I keep these dead lace, dead stock in the lacing. Nice shoe. I'm so glad that I did not sleep on this shoe. This is gonna be one that, again, like if I didn't have my Chrome 6 lows, this is like a easy go-to for me, like on just any given day with some sweats, jeans, whatever. Hair 7s. So this one I knew I was getting. Before I had been purchasing a lot of shoes, when I found out that this was coming out in 2015, there was no question. I actually pre-ordered these from DetroitKicks.com, and I bought a pair from Nike. Had to return one of them, obviously, because again, I don't really believe in doubling up like that, and there was enough of them sold that I didn't feel like I could really sell mine quickly, so I just returned it. That's just usually how I go. If I have two of something, now that I've got like a lot of subscribers and followers and stuff like that, I'll put it up here or put it up on eBay, and if you guys want it, I'm not usually going crazy with prices like that, so I'm not a reseller, I'm a sneakerhead. So there you go. OG colorway. I've worn these a few times, not a ton. A lot of people talk about how easily they get dirty. I've got some tricks of the trade that I use for that, but I love these shoes. I just don't wear them that much because white shoes get me. All right, so that is 5 through 7. It comes 8 through 11. All right, guys, it's time for 8 through 11. Let's get into it. First pair of 8s that I ever bought were these. I called them the Laney 8s. I still don't really know what the unofficial colorway is for them. I found these for like under retail on Flight Club, so I copped them. This was like before I started like really buying kicks and started being more selective. This is probably one of those pairs that I would probably sell, but I don't think that there's enough value for them, so it really wouldn't be worth selling it, so I keep it. I usually wear this when I'm wearing, like, I got a few Steph Curry shirts and things like that. I really like to support him, so this is usually what I wear it with. This leather, or the material here, is really like shiny, which makes me very selective about what I wear with it. So, but it's cool, not bad. Laney 8s. Man, y'all slept on these shoes. So these are 4.5, and I think they fit a little snug. So I bought these in a size 5. And there's something about the size 5. I noticed that with the 3s as well. They fit a little. The body of the 5 is just bigger compared to, like, I've worn 4s, 4.5, things like that. The body of the 5 is just bigger. So it feels like a higher shoe. It feels a little bit more bulky. But it's very roomy though. So it takes some getting used to. I've only worn these one time to like a Pistons game a couple of weeks ago. But these I like. I was tempted to buy another pair just because they went on sale on clearance on Nike.com. Just get a 4.5. But so far this is cool. What else do I have to say about this? No, I really like this. I think y'all slept. I think everybody should have a pair of these. These are sweet. The only other pair of 8s that I would like to have are the playoff 8s, and I expect to have a chance to get them soon. If not, I'll be looking. Y'all let me know if y'all know of a place. 9s. These are the only pair of 9s that I own. Another shoe that not a lot of people passed on. I understand why. It's not the most, beautiful and appealing silhouette, like, on its own. But there are quite a few things. This also gets a lot of wear. But I feel like, everybody needs shoes in their collection where they may not be like, super hype beat shoes, or they're shoes that you don't mind like walking around in, and they might get a little dirty, but they're still like clean shoes. It's still like a sick, it's a Jordan shoe, it's a 9, so it's still clean. And if I'm just having a day where I'm running errands, there's no problem. So this is the Statue 9. I wear this actually quite a bit. First pair of 10s I ever bought. I did a lot of checking for this shoe because I thought it might have been fake. Checks out very good. Again, shout out to anybody who does those detailed reviews where you can see detail enough about the shoes so you can be comfortable that you're not getting scammed. But these, I love these. These shoes I wear a whole lot. Again, another like, let me just throw it on to run somewhere. I love these shoes. I love the green. They're very comfortable. I love the leather. Great shoe. Black Venom 10s is what these are. The Black Venom 10s. One of my just go-to kicks again. I feel that way about both of my pairs of 10s. Next pair, the Bulls over Broadway 10s. These boys, they show some of the wear a little bit more than, they crease. They show the wear a little bit more than the Black Venom 10s, but same thing, man. This is just a great shoe. You want to throw it on, walk around, and have that nice pop of color. Red is my favorite color. These shoes are dope. Had to get it. Okay. Next up, the Bread Low 11s. Same thing with these. I actually, did I have 2 pairs of these? I did. I won a raffle for these at Mr. Allen's here in Detroit, and I also was able to get a pair from Nike.com, I believe. I was disappointed with the some of the details and the stitching on the Mr. Allen's pair, so I ended up taking it back, keeping the Nike pair, but this is a good shoe. Sometimes I forget that I have this shoe, but I really like it. I hope that one day I'll be able to get the mids, because that's like a grail shoe to most people. But, see? Then the 2015 release of the year, everybody was going crazy for it. Like I said, man, this, even though my soul is already like a little yellow, quite yellow actually, this shoe is just great. I mean, it was worth the price. It was worth all the hype. It's a really nice quality shoe. Nice. And there are not as many differences between this and the men's pair. My husband has a pair, and I did definitely notice some differences, but they're not as many. So they really did a good job with this. I have not worn these yet. It's still dead stock. All right. So that's 8 through 11. Next is obviously 12 through 14 plus some other. Alright guys, we're getting near the end of the J's that I currently have. I probably should have done this in reverse so that y'all would have an incentive to actually look at the last end of the part of the video, but whatever. So let's get into it. 12, right now the only pair of 12s that I own are these cool grays. Bought a pair for my husband back in 2015 summertime, I think, and I have been stalking and trying to get a pair for a decent price. I just really like the colorway. I like gray as well, and the fact that he has one too, I kind of really wanted it. So I got these for a reasonable price, excellent condition, very well taken care of. I got them off of eBay, so to me this was a good steal off of eBay. Another shoe that both my husband and I have in common are these Dirty Bread 13s. Again, this is definitely a colorway you can easily see like Jordan actually wearing in the game. I heard that it was like a sample that just never got produced, but I really like these. I don't own an OG pair of 13s. I would love to have the Flint 13s because those are just sweet. But we'll see. Maybe the He Got games. I don't know. We'll see what comes. But right now, got these. And I really like these. These are extremely comfortable. And it's all leather, so it's very durable. You don't really worry about it getting dirty a lot and stuff like that. And it's got just a nice, slick, clean look. So whenever I'm trying to like be like jazzy yet sporty at the same time, I usually rock these. Another eBay steal. This is crazy how this happened. These shoes I saw like on Flight Club, Detroit Got Kicks, all the places that I look for shoes, and I just didn't want to pay the price that they were selling for a dead stock pair. So I kind of did some searching on eBay, and I found this pair in, I think, great condition. You know, you can still see the Jumpman on the inside. You can tell the person took care of their shoes like I take care of mine. And the story behind this one was I set up eBay, like did a max bid of like $70 or something like that. And I did it like a few hours before the sale ended, thinking, no way am I going to get it. $70. I think I ended up paying just under $70 and free shipping or something like that for these. So that to me was a steal. I'm a Michigan graduate from University of Michigan 2006 with an industrial engineering degree. Go blue. So this is cool for me to, you know, rock and support my team without having to have on machine gear. 14s. This was one of the ones I'm like, 14's not really one of my favorite silhouettes. So if I'm gonna get a pair of 14s, I'm not paying crazy resale prices, and I want it to be an OG colorway. Bam, there you go, black toe 14s. These, surprisingly, I like these quite a bit. They're a little heavier than I expected them to be when I bought them compared to some of my other shoes, but you know, I like wearing these sometimes with just like black jeans and a white button up if I'm going to an event where I can be casual but need to represent my job or something like that. Really, really like these shoes. They're actually pretty comfortable. I don't really have any complaints. I still think the tongue is weird on these 14s. There are a couple that are coming out like the oxidized, a couple other 14s. I don't even know the colorways that well. I don't think I'm going to cop them. The only other pair that I would like to have is the Last Shots, because one of my goals is to have every shoe that Jordan won a championship in. So I definitely want to get them Last Shots. But right now, this is the only pair of 14s that I own. Last and absolutely not least is the most special pair of shoes in my whole collection to me. Y'all might be thinking, what? But this shoe has the most sentimental value to me. This is a pair of wolf gray Jordan Spizikes. First pair of Jordans that I ever owned. My husband got them for me for Christmas a couple years ago, and so it's very special to me. I never, ever owned a pair of Jordans before this, so he can say he bought me my first pair of Jordans. He can also take credit for my new habit. It's all his fault. So every time he see a box come, he should know it's all his fault. So here you go. I thought about trying to sell this shoe just because I thought maybe I would get a little something for it, but I would never sell this shoe because it has sentimental value to me. So there you go. That's it for the J's.